Hi everybody, how's it going today? I'm in our manure building here this morning. We are going to replace the screw in our screw press, our solid liquid manure separator. We replaced it on Monday. We had a screw on hand here that was supposed to be ours, that was redone. And when we put it in, we found out that that was not our screw because it was a different size. The snout on it was a different size. So we had to take it out, put our old one back in, and then they found out what happened to ours. This was in Minnesota somewhere. So they shipped it here. That was, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. It's Friday today. So now we're going to pull our screw out here again. Put the new one in. Put new screens in. And hopefully get our solid manure separator working again. So Sam helped me here on Monday or Tuesday. And now Sam and Lupe just started on it. They almost have the screw out already. Solid manure separator is up there. They are working at getting that screw pulled out. It's pretty heavy. I don't know if it's quite 200 pounds, but it's 150 for sure. I'm gonna jump up there and help them.
We can put liquid juice in here, and we want more space.
Yeah, we can. We have to get that plate on first.
I got to do it. Right? I got to do it here, and we know what to do. Yeah, I got to do it.
You have to take it off that other one first. I'm going to move that auger onto that pallet.
And we go down.
What?
We go down right away or here?
You can take it.
Nothing, anyway. Dame la toalla. Ten.
Got the new auger slid in. Actually went in really easy. Usually doesn't go in quite that easy. A lot of times you have to put pressure on it and turn the motor to get the gears to line up, but went in first try this time. So here you can kind of see how it works. There's another screen like this that'll sit right here. That'll seal this completely off. The manure comes in here from the back side through this hose, goes into here, and then there's a door on the front that's putting pressure on the manure in there, and essentially it's squeezing the liquids out of these fine holes through here and pushing the solids out the front is how it works. And the liquids go down to our sand manure separators and the solids go out the building. Got it put back together and running. I don't have any weight pushing on it yet. I am going to do that here, but I wanted to make sure that it was running good before I did that. So the more weight we put on this handle, the drier the manure. But if you put too much weight on there, that manure doesn't flow out very good and it'll start vibrating the screen, and that's not good for the screen. And with us reclaiming the liquid to dilute the manure to separate the sand, it works a little different than if we were just separating the manure solids and the liquid was going to storage. With us constantly reusing that liquid, we can't quite squeeze it as tight. It's pretty important to have good liquid to be able to separate the sand out. The more liquid we have, the more diluted we can make raw manure, the easier it is to separate the sand out. And then the solids here go up this conveyor and out. There's a little add-on to this building where this drops in. We can open a door to take it out with the payloader. We got the screw press running and then noticed that there's a hole in the belt where the seam is. I don't know if you guys can quite see that, but the center is split open. So we're going to replace this belt too right away. I've got one here, and then I think I have the parts to put a new splice on this one, but for now we'll put this other belt on so we can keep using the solid separator. But probably a good thing we caught that now. It's happened before in the past where it breaks while we're using it. By the time someone notices it, there's a whole pile of solid manure sitting up there, but shouldn't be too bad. Just have to take the tension off. We'll cut that splice open, pull it out, pull the new one through, tighten it back up, and then we'll just have to watch it for a while to make sure that it's running straight, because it always tends to work its way to one side or the other. But we'll get that done here as well this morning. Looks like we need it to move a little to the right, so I'm probably gonna back that one off just a touch. It's after lunch here now. Getting to be a little bit of a random video, but that's fine, I guess. We're Eli's with me. It is a really nice day today. First day above 60, I think, or at least in recent days. So we're going around and turning our fans on here in the milking barns and the calving barn. We can't quite turn the heifer barn on yet. We're servicing those fans here today. They might get those done today or tomorrow, and then we'll put them on automatic mode. But in the original barns, the way that these fans were wired, the overhead door is tied into the circuit of the fans. So there's a switch here that we have to switch on, because there is under this barn here, so these fans are running, and these fans are, you guys can see that. These fans are not. This group of 6 fans is on the same circuit as the overhead door for this barn. So then there was a switch put in here to disconnect the fans while we use that door in the winter time. So I'm just gonna flip that switch on, and these fans should come on here now. We turn these all on automatic. They're temperature controlled. They come on around 60 degrees, and it is yeah, it's above 60 today. It's actually gonna be close to 70 tomorrow. So we're still early in April, but I think spring is just about here. Flip these on here. There they go. So we every spring we go through and clean all the blades off with a stiff brush, and then check the bearings over the tensioner, make sure that tensioner is loose. Check the belts. We'll cut any off that are. Is that a brown Swiss? You swear. Where's the brown Swiss, Eli? That's an old cow. 7,000 number. She's an old girl. And we replace the belts if we need to, replace any bearings or tension pulleys if we need to. But so far they've all been pretty good this year. They're working in the heifer barn now, like I said before. We'll see if there's any there that we need to replace belts and pulleys on, but we haven't had to here in any of the milking barns, which is kind of surprising. It's the next day here behind the holding area. We've been working on replacing bolts on our augers, and we ran into what likely would have been an emergency in about 5 minutes, it looks like. There's one auger here that's completely split open in the middle. The only thing that's connecting it still is the flighting. I'm not sure how it's even staying together. I'll show you guys that here in a second, but Sam's grinding on some bolts and Lupe's hammering on some bolts on the other side. This auger is completely split open. It's only connected by the flighting, which is also loose by the look over here. We've been working on these augers probably the last week or so, and we're on the last section here that needs to be done, and luckily saw this here this morning, because what happens if you have a breakdown while you're running it? Well, that gutter is full of manure, and well, you can about imagine how fun it is to work on it at that point, because you can't get it empty until it's fixed, which we've had before, but it's been quite a while actually. But this is the first time we've had an auger split open like that in the middle. So we'll see if we can get this taken out here in a little bit of a timely manner, because in about 2 hours the holding area and parlor need to be cleaned, which all come back into this gutter right here. So we'd like to have this cleaned up we'd like to have this auger out and the new one put in before that. Looking at this auger, it doesn't have replacement ends on it. This is still an original auger, about 16 years old.
Right away outside?
Yeah, we'll turn it and go out.
Or watching on this one.
What?
Or watching.
Bring the other one in right away.
Sí, se va a quedar para olear. Es que no, tú se le metes el fierrillo ahí.
We had a scheduled tour today, so we had about 50 people come for a tour at 10:30. So I went and did the tour while they finished putting the auger back together. The tour took about an hour, and by the time I got back, they were pretty much wrapping up. I just took a grinder and took a little bit off the concrete on the side because these grates were super tight coming out. So that's pretty much the only thing that was left to do when I came back. Got that done quick because here in about 15 minutes, this pen of cows behind me here, these are our fresh cows. They'll be going to the parlor, and then pen 2 over there. Those cows are already waiting. So we got it done quickly. I didn't film any of that. It was pretty much done already anyways. Just put the grates back in place, turn it on, get the holding area cleaned. So this auger runs all the way from our sand manure building all the way down to the end of our north barn, but these augers are split in 2. But never had one break apart in the center like that. Hopefully that's not a sign of things to come here. A lot of these are still original augers. Typically what can happen is on the bolt holes on the end, they'll get slopped out if they don't stay tight. And they don't stay tight because the concrete might not be perfect, or maybe it moves a little in the winter time. It always seems to be the same spots that get worn down and get loose. And then you either have to replace the bolts on a more often occasion, or if you're too late, you'll slop the end out, the holes, and you have to take the auger out, and we can fix them up, but we've never had one break in the center like that. Seems to be running good now. They work good, but it does take some maintenance to not have trouble with these, and it's definitely worth the time to do the maintenance because it is a pain in the butt when one breaks unexpectedly. Because it never breaks when it's empty, it always breaks when it's full of manure. And you can't get it out without fixing it. But I think we'll end the video here. Appreciate you guys watching. If you have questions, comments, post them down below. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one.